The 3-0 Dallas Cowboys head down south to the boot to battle the 2-1 New Orleans Saints in the legendary Mercedes-Benz Superdome on Sunday Night Football. The Cowboys are coming off of a first-half scare against the Miami Dolphins, while the Saints had a tough upset win against the Seattle Seahawks. The Saints are without Drew Brees and want to stay above water during Brees' absence. However, the Cowboys are rolling along with Dak. The Cowboys are having an excellent start to their season and look to continue that trend against the Saints. Will Teddy Bridgewater hold up against the Cowboys? Will the Cowboys offense start slow again? Will the Cowboys defense finally dominate? Or will Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara set the tone? Find out on the next episode of TGKTV. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to TGK TV. It's your boy TGK. Welcome in, and let's get this video started. In today's video, I'm going to talk about this preview between the Dallas Cowboys versus the New Orleans Saints. And I'm also going to give you a prediction of the score and how the game flow may turn out at the end of the video. So first things first, I want to talk about the historical record between the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints from the point of inception of this league. The total amount of games the Dallas Cowboys and New Orleans Saints have played against each other is a total of 29 games, and the Cowboys having the lead in the matchup with 17 wins to 12 losses. However, since 1998, the New Orleans Saints have won 9 out of the last 12 games. So since 1998, basically the New Orleans Saints has been owning us when it comes to the matchup. One thing I do want to bring up is the amount of times both of these teams have played on prime time. Not necessarily against each other, but just how many times they've been on prime time. The Dallas Cowboys have been on prime time a total of 48 times since 2006. And their record within those 48 games is a 27-21, with Sunday Night Football, with the record on that primetime game, it's 17-14. Now, when it comes to New Orleans Saints, the New Orleans Saints has played a total of 35 times since 2006 on prime time, with a record of 24-11 in total. But when it comes to Sunday Night Football, they are a 10-4. So they have a really good record when it comes to prime time. And Drew Brees has basically been there the entire time since 2006. Now, as far when it comes to the spread is basically 46 points. And the Dallas Cowboys are favored by 3 in Sunday's matchup between the two teams. So let's get into the entire prediction side of this game. To me, from watching the Seattle Seahawks game versus the Saints, I feel like the Saints really just benefited from the fact that the Seahawks made mistakes. They made mistakes on special teams, and they made mistakes when it came to running the ball, where they returned that fumble for a touchdown. Without those two defensive and special team touchdowns, the Saints basically only put up roughly 19 points, I believe. So, and the score would have been 27-19 or 20-19 if they didn't get that garbage touchdown. The Seahawks should have won that game when it comes to statistics. I mean, they dominated the time of possession. Obviously, they probably had the ball more because of those two touchdowns, and they doubled them in total yardage. So, I mean, when you watch that game, you saw there's plenty of times where Russell Wilson basically didn't complete a crucial third down, and it happened multiple times. Even a few fourth downs they just missed. So I don't see the Cowboys having those issues where we're going to be in a situation where we have to make crucial third downs and fourth downs over and over and over just to stay in the game like Seattle did. I don't even see us getting behind like that, because I think when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys talent versus the talent that Seattle has, is two different things. It's just right now the Dallas Cowboys defense isn't firing all cylinders, which leads me to my next point. I think because of our defense and the way it's been playing, it's going to give the Saints a chance to stay in this game with us. So it's going to come to how many points can they score with Teddy Bridgewater. I don't think Teddy Bridgewater put the NFL on notice when it comes to his performance. He was very conservative. It wasn't anything out of the norm as far as his production, because when he's plays as a good quarterback, he's very productive in a conservative perspective. So I don't see Teddy Bridgewater being able to light us up, but I am fearful of what Alvin Kamara could do. Now, last year, when the Cowboys played the Saints, the Cowboys were on fire defensively. This year, the biggest common denominator between the two teams is really Drew Brees, and the other common denominator is the lack of dominance from our defense. That's going to be the biggest part right there. With the defense taking a step back and the fact that Drew Brees is not there, I think it's kind of evens out. But I think Drew Brees has a way bigger impact than what our defense is going to have an impact on. So depending on how Teddy Bridgewater can just keep the ball or manage the game to keep them in the game is going to play a big factor. Teddy Bridgewater is your X factor. I think if the Cowboys obviously focus in on Alvin Kamara because he got 10 targets out of the backfield from receiving and his rushing, I think if we just make sure we keep him at bay and kind of lock him down, everything else will come into fruition. But again, that is left to be seen. And I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are going to light the New Orleans Saints defense on fire. But again, when you got players like Amari Cooper and Randall Cobb, and now we got Tony Pollard that is playing very well, it's going to make the Saints defense honest when it comes to that perspective. So, and especially being in New Orleans, I think the Cowboys will come out and play a lot better. They won't come out sluggish like they've been coming out kind of sluggish in the last couple of games. And the Cowboys will be a little bit more on point with that first half scare versus the Dolphins. I think the Saints will stay in the game early on, but I think the talent disparity as far as at the quarterback position and our offensive line and just all the weapons that we have offensively, it'll come to fruition throughout the game. And I think that we'll end up winning this game. It will be competitive in the beginning. Now, I wish Drew Brees was there so we could really get a test on our defensive side, but I think the defense will be able to shut Alvin Kamara down, and we could put Byron Jones on Michael Thomas to kind of keep him at bay. So I think the Cowboys have enough defensive talent to stop the Saints. It's just I don't think we have enough defensive talent to just completely dominate them like we did last year. I don't know what's missing. We have all the pieces. It's just they're not firing on all cylinders. Now, as far as my prediction for this game is what the spread is 46 points. I'm going to say we're going to go under, and I'm going to say that the Cowboys win this game by 10 points with a score of 27-17. Again, I think this game will be real close in the beginning, and the Cowboys will just run away with it. Not necessarily dominate it, but they'll just run away with it with a late touchdown to put us up by 10. So we'll be up by 3 going into the fourth quarter, get one more touchdown, shut them down on defense, and we'll win the game. Let me know what you think in the comments below, how you think this game is going to go. Let me hear your score predictions, and anybody that gets it right, I'll think of some kind of prize. I'll think of it. Anyway, guys, it's been your boy TGK, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.